So I'm gonna show you something special that I've learned recently on how to get 100 meetings booked in 24 hours if you wanted to, right? So this is actually possible. It requires a lot of work and a lot of coordination, but you can get 100 qualified sales meetings within 24 hours. And I'm gonna show you exactly how you can do it in this video, so don't go away. All right, so if you're gonna wanna book 100 meetings in 24 hours before you book yourself out for the entire month, which by the way, when I say you should do 100 meetings, I'm talking about taking 15-minute increments or 20-minute increment meetings. I'm not talking about taking an hour-long meeting or anything like that. And the reason I say this is because what we found with our agency is about 60% of people at any given point are really qualified. And so if you think about it, you're wasting 40% of your time talking to people who are not qualified for your service. And because of that, it's just not really very valuable to be spending your time talking to them. Now you could always give the value, and like I love just giving people value, so I have no problem talking to them. But like from a perspective of how can I actually get these meetings booked and grow my business, it's if they can't pay or they're not going to pay or anything like that, then I would just avoid them, and I would move. That's why I have shorter periods of time for my meetings, right? And so basically where all the magic starts is you need to, preceding this point, to get to that 24-hour mark, to be able to book so many in such a short amount of time, you need to be able to build up your channel on, and whether it's Twitter or TikTok or LinkedIn or whatever, you need to have at least one channel that is generating a lot of traction for your business, right? And so for me, it's been Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube's been good for like retention and everything like that. And it has driven some sales, but it hasn't been like the biggest driver of sales for us. I would say Twitter and LinkedIn have been very solid. And basically with Twitter, for instance, what we do is we'll post content. So like this piece of content right here, this is pinned now, but it got 162 retweets, 114 likes, and it just says, I'm booking thousands of sales meetings per year for my agency, got a crazy good pitch and script that's working wonders, do you want it, right? And then what I do is I DM them the message. So I'll send this to them and we just give them the link. Now the link looks like this, and you have like the lead gen scripts which they go to, and they fill this out, they give us their phone number, their email address. Now, the thing about their phone number is a lot of people fill out fake numbers. That's okay. I mean, it's no big deal, but we do get a good amount of people who give us their real number, and we just tell people, like, for instance, this one, I do need to add that on there, but for instance, like this one, if you were to fill this out, you were to give like a phone number, let's say it's just like whatever phone number, right? We use your phone number to send you free agency scaling resources. So we tell them why we're asking for it, because I then send them stuff for free. But people can always opt out of it, right? They can always opt out of it. It's no big deal, right? And obviously when they do this, they then go to a page on my website. So let's say here, they go to the next page, which is to scale the training right here. They can get access to it, they can see everything, they can watch it, and then they can book a meeting, right, based on our availability. And I say we only conduct a limited amount of free audits every week, so book a meeting today. I have all the social proof and everything. And we have about a 5% conversion rate right now to this landing page from social media, right? So we're thinking about promoting this more often, trying to get more people through here. But really the idea is just how much free value can we give people? And then if they convert into a member, or if they convert into a client, great. But if they don't, we can try to get them on the podcast. We can try to get them to be a partner. We can try to get them to be a member. It doesn't really matter. But the goal is to find something valuable within the meeting that you're having with them, right? And to not force someone into a sale. That's the big thing. Now, once they engage, you have that conversation, you send them this thing, and then you just kind of keep doing that over and over. And to show you like what happened with me was for the last 4 months, I've been developing this software. And really when I've been developing the software, I haven't done any outreach. All the sales we've gotten, and like this month we hit 20K in sales for the software. All that sales is basically word of mouth and referrals, right? It wasn't any outbound we were doing at all, and like social media as well. And so because of that, this, like if you look at it, this is my calendar before. Like huge blocks of time blocked off, right? I wasn't taking a lot of meetings. Now this is my calendar, and it wasn't really that stressful, to be honest, because I gave myself enough buffer time, right, in between the meetings. But I turned this on so quickly. I think it was Saturday or Sunday, I just started messaging people and saying, hey, how can I help your agency? Like, I see you've been following me. I see that you enjoy some of the tweets that I'm putting out. How can I help? Can I give you some free advice, some free strategy, whatever? And then if it's someone who really has a lot of pain, and I can tell they have a lot of pain, then I'll say, okay, let's book a meeting and talk more about this, right? So that's kind of the idea. Now, that's what you could do. And then when they get into this funnel for the sign up, at that point, that's when you can send them a cold call or an email or whatever. And the goal, and this is what I'm tell everyone, the goal is not to be salesy. The goal is just to call them and say, hey, maybe we can do a podcast interview. Maybe we can partner together. Maybe you might be needing some help. So can I provide any resources? But it's not like, hey, do you have 15 seconds for me to basically close you on this thing? That's not the way you do it. And so all my approaches to following up are very non-salesy and very easily digestible. And that's why if you go on the Get Agency code Calendly, you'll see there's 4 different options, because I give my BDRs and I give the people I'm talking to 4 different options to book a meeting. So that's how you can get so many meetings scheduled. And then the thing is, and this is the thing people don't really understand, while you do want to qualify people and give them the sense sort of when they're booking a meeting that there might be some kind of outcome where they want to buy, you also want to de-pressure things, right? Because the key thing that a lot of people forget is that when you're trying to get a sale, really they're buying because of you. They're buying because of your charisma and everything. And they don't want to feel like they're being forced in anything. I hate when people do that for me, right? And so ultimately what you want to do is you want to depressure you and be like, hey, look, this is what we've done. This is what we're doing. If you're interested, feel free to join. We're taking a limited amount of people this month, etc. But if you're not, no worries. We can just jump into this and maybe we can do a partnership. Maybe we can have you on our podcast. It's free to be on our podcast. Like, give them an out if they're not going to buy. That's the key, right? You want to give them an out if they're not going to buy. Now, when it comes to scheduling out content, make sure you're definitely doing a copious amount of content. So then that way you're actually able to get these people engaging. Like this one I did on LinkedIn. All these people did they commented let's go on it because I said comment LFG if they want access to this training, right? And I've had hundreds of people in the last 48 hours do this. And I would recommend with Twitter, if you want to use, this is a really good tool to use for Twitter. Hype Fury, I've heard some of the top influencers that I following or working with, they use this tool for scheduling out their Twitter content. And let's see, am I forgetting anything else? Honestly, no, I think that pretty much would cover it, because as long as you're engaging with people, you're sending them something valuable, you're giving them an out, and you're basically saying, look, we can talk about a variety of different things, and you're qualifying people in the message. You're saying look, okay, is this somebody that's probably gonna be a partner, or is this somebody who's probably gonna be a prospect? And if it's somebody who's gonna be a prospect, then I wouldn't treat them like a partner, and I wouldn't treat a partner like somebody who's gonna be a prospect. And I wouldn't treat someone who is neither, but you wanna get them on a show, to either be a prospect or a partner, because they're different categories, they're different types of people sometimes. And if there's overlap, you can address that, but usually you want to see them as distinct things, right? So I hope that this has been helpful, and I hope that you apply some of these things to book hundreds of meetings for your agency this year. And hopefully you could do it rather quickly, because again, I was able to turn around a calendar that basically had nothing to about 5 meetings per day, which is about 20 a week, 20, 25 a week, or 25 a week, and then 100 a month, right? So 5 meetings a day is really easy to get if you take the right approach with your meetings. And so if you like this content, feel free to like and subscribe, share this content with your friends, and try to get the word out there, because this process works, and I've taken so long to refine it that I want more people to use it. I want more people to really focus on genuine interactions and not focusing so much on trying to sell people, and just focusing on being a good and valuable person and valuable business. Until next time, guys, peace.